Hello, and this is a Zoom training, and this is the first episode where we are going to go through different lessons about features that you use in Zoom, which will help us to make an engaging and interactive webinars. So first of all, I would like to explain about some of the basics of Zoom. Some of the features in Zoom may exist and may not exist because maybe that you have an account that is maybe different from another one. So in Zoom, when we have the main account, which may not, as teacher, that we be involved with this, but you may have it basic, pro, business, enterprise, and also there is a fifth one, which is education, which has different features as well. The only thing here is will be different is the duration of the meeting. The basic one, sometimes the free one, it may go for 40 minutes. Sometimes it goes longer because Zoom, they're changing these features. But one of the main things also, it's about how much space we have, especially if you go for the cloud recording, that where we are going to discuss this in a later webinar. But it's one of the main things, it's how long is each meeting, and about the how many participants you are allowed to invite, and also about how much space you have to store between the 5 different accounts. The other thing I would like to explain about the Zoom is, and of course, to know what type of account you have. If you go to your Zoom account and you have in the account profile, you can see that which one that you have. So here in account profile, here you can see that I'm having the education according to the organization I'm working for, or maybe like I have some training with, and also that just I'm a member. So here also about not the account, about as users, there are 3 also account roles. You may be the owner, the person who has the software installed on his or her computer. The admin maybe is the same person as the owner, but the admin account, they have the more permission than any member. So maybe people who work on an organization, they're just members. But some of the features, you as a just member, you won't be allowed to enable them unless the admin can work on them. This is just an overall about overview about the Zoom and the different types of roles and accounts. The other thing I would like to explain, that when we are going to go for the meeting, there are the settings. So make sure that some of the features are enabled beforehand. In the next other sessions recording, you will see that some of the features we started from here, where we went to enable them. And maybe also you can see that some of the features, they are locked by the admin. So I won't be able to work on this or to enable it because it's controlled by the admin. But make sure the feature that, like the polling, if it's disabled here, when I go to the meetings, I will not be able to find the button there because it is disabled here. Then when I go to the meetings, also if I go to, let's for example, I would like to schedule a new meeting. So you go to meetings and schedule a meeting. When I'm scheduling the meeting, I have the topic. What is it about? I would say, for example, maybe I would say Zoom meeting 1. It depends on, for example, introduction. And maybe that give it a description will help you. That's to give you maybe to remind you what is it about. And let's say that I would like to make it maybe it's an hour, and about the time zone, if you have different time zones, and maybe that you would like it to be sent to people who are like in a different time zone. If you'd like people, they will register before to know how many people that they're going to attend beforehand. Yeah, it's for security that you may ask people to insert a passcode, and you ask them to have a waiting room. It's more for the security, so people will be held in the waiting room unless that you as a host will make an allowed admission. If you'd like to the video for the host, so at the beginning, I would prefer that make them optional, so make them off. And the audio, some people, they are able to access by the computer audio, or maybe by the telephone, depends on the service provided. The thing that we'd like to make it, if you'd like to allow them join anytime, even before you. So again, for security, we don't recommend this. You join first, then prepare everything, then you let people in. If you'd like to mute them upon entry, again, maybe that I take this, so people will be muted. If you'd like to be authenticated for security, that means people won't be allowed to join the meeting unless that they insert the passcode. If you'd like to use the breakout room beforehand, again, there is a latest recording will be uploaded. It has a name breakout room. I explain more about breakout room. This feature will give you the option to assign people beforehand. It's more to save your time instead of that working on it within the session. And again, if you'd like to start recording the meeting, that's fine. So that will be enabled automatically. And here you need to decide, would you like to make it local or in the cloud? If you don't like this, which I don't do this because sometimes the warming up and the introduction, that should be like part that is unwanted, or maybe you need to get people's consent to be automatically to be recorded. So I won't go for this unless that I'm confident that I'm going to start recording, and let people know that we are starting the recording now. If you'd like to have another colleague that they need to be a hosting, so they're going to host the meeting with you, maybe like a co-assistant or teaching assistant, maybe you can assign these people. Just to mention, people that will be added here, they need to have the same account as you. So if you remember, they can't, for example, I make one of my students who do not have an account, a Zoom account from the company or the college, and they will have, it won't be accepted. So it can't be like an @hotmail.com. The people who have the same account that by the company. And that where we are going to then you schedule the meeting and save it, and then you can start. Something like also the last thing I would like to mention about sharing screen. When I'm sharing the screen, you may enable one participant or multiple participants. Of course, that for the sharing, you can share different things. I can share all my screens. So here I share, because I have more than one monitor, I can have it here. Also, I can share my whiteboard. Whiteboard is just a white page where I can start on like drawing on it. So it's like a Word document, but for the Zoom. If you would like the students to share screens as well, so you can have, for example, I have two students and I would like to see their work and I'd like to navigate between their screens. I can take this box. And here that when I allow the multi-participant to share, that means even if I'm going to share my screen here, for example, I would like to share this, which is fine here. But also that I can have other students also that they can share. So if you would, I can have another student, for example, that they can share. And also I can here, the options. Yes. So here, stop share here. Yeah, so I have here, for example, here I have one of my students, they are sharing, and also I have here that here in the view options, I have another, I share screen. So we have here another student who is sharing, and here I have both the students are sharing. So if I would like to see them here, because they are working on Excel, I have the first screen, but I have another one who I can share. I can see it here as well. So you can actually navigate between your students and see how their work by enabling multi-participants how they are sharing. And of course I have more than one screen, so I can see them next to each other. So again, this feature, I can disable this, so I won't allow this the multi, so you won't find the drop